6 most shocking archaeological discoveries, recently unearthed, that left scientists speechless. Welcome back to Ancient History. Dear friends, in the world of archaeology, there are discoveries that leave the entire scientific community stunned, to the point of being speechless. It's not every day that we get to witness mysteries unveiled from beneath the earth, ancient relics that still preserve the stories of thousands of years ago. Today, I will take you to explore 6 recent archaeological finds that were just uncovered. These may seem small and ordinary at first glance, but they hold secrets that will astonish anyone who hears about them. Have you ever wondered how a tiny piece of fabric could survive for over 2,000 years in harsh climates? Or how ancient hand-embroidered writings could contain prophecies about the fate of a nation? Each artifact is not just an old object, but a bridge that connects us back to history. A time when humans lived in harmony with nature and relied on celestial signs to predict the future. That is why these discoveries not only leave archaeologists and scientists speechless, but also attract the attention of people all around the world. Secrets buried for millennia have finally been revealed, opening a new door for exploration. Are you curious to know what archaeologists have brought to light in recent years? If so, join me on this mysterious and fascinating journey to see exactly what makes these discoveries so astonishing to the world today. The 1,600-year-old Maya king's tomb and the bowl containing human fingers and gem-embedded teeth. Have you ever heard the story of a ceramic bowl filled with human fingers? This isn't a horror movie, it's real. The bowl was found deep beneath an ancient Maya pyramid in Guatemala, revealing a chilling story of power, sacrifice, and unsolved mysteries from one of Central America's most glorious civilizations. The story began on May 29, 2024, when the international archaeology community was shaken by a groundbreaking discovery at the foot of the El Diablo Pyramid, located in the ancient city of El Zotz, Guatemala. While excavating a temple dedicated to the sun god, the supreme deity in Maya religion, experts unexpectedly opened a door leading to a nearly perfectly preserved tomb, estimated to be 1,600 years old. As the first light shone into the dark tomb, the team was stunned to find a blood-red bowl inside, containing human fingers and teeth embedded with gemstones, wrapped in decayed layers of leaves. The scene resembled a sacrificial ritual straight out of legend. Imagine this: inside an ancient pyramid, untouched for thousands of years, lies an object marked by such a horrifying signature. The feeling must be both overwhelming and chilling. But that's not all. Inside the tomb, the archaeologists also found the bones of 6 children, believed to have been sacrificed to accompany the deceased, likely a Maya king or the founder of a dynasty. For the ancient Maya, death was not just an end, but the beginning of a journey to the afterlife, where power and rituals continued. This belief explains the sacrificial customs. The tomb itself is impressive in size, approximately 12 feet long, nearly 6.5 feet wide, and over 3 feet deep, built with great craftsmanship. The walls are painted in red, yellow, and blue, colors still vivid after centuries. Inside, there was precious wood, fabrics, and royal symbols. These details convinced experts that this was the resting place of a highly important figure, possibly the founder of a Maya dynasty. Its mystery is profound. Archaeologist Stephen Houston from Brown University called this tomb an information treasure trove about the ancient Maya, though he noted it will take many years to decode all its secrets. What's particularly remarkable is that the tomb remained completely sealed for 1,600 years, protected by a layer of mud and stone that prevented oxidation. A remarkable preservation technique showing that the Maya were not only skilled architects, but also had deep knowledge of natural science. So, from a bowl containing human body parts, we enter a mystical world where death is honored and sacrifice is a ritual to maintain power and religious faith. The Maya civilization is already famous for its history, astronomy, and mathematics, but now it becomes even more intriguing with these blood-soaked spiritual funeral rituals. What do you think about using human fingers and teeth in burial rites? Is it an extreme spiritual belief or a form of control extending even into the afterlife? It's a tough question to answer, isn't it? But I believe that one day soon, experts will help us uncover the truth. The oldest child mummy in Africa. You probably think the oldest mummies in the world come from Egypt, right? Yeah, most of us have heard about the pharaoh's mummies, the mysterious tombs filled with gold and treasures buried deep in the Egyptian desert. But can you believe it? A shocking discovery in Africa has completely overturned everything we thought we knew about the history of human mummification. Back in 1958, an Italian archaeologist named Fabrizio Mori went on an expedition to the remote mountainous desert region in southwestern Libya, right in the heart of the harsh Sahara. A wild, seemingly ordinary place. But who would have guessed it held a secret thousands of years old? Inside a cave called Unearthed, which used to be home to ancient herders, Mori found rock art depicting animals and humans. You know, similar to the cave paintings in Son Dung Cave we explored in previous videos, or those in Lascaux, France. But what stunned the world wasn't the paintings. Deep inside the cave, Mori came across a strange bundle, and even more surprising, inside that bundle was the mummy of a small child. This mummy, known as Tashwinot, was carefully wrapped in leaves and animal skin, possibly goat or antelope skin. And what's incredible is that the child's body had been mummified with extraordinary precision. Scientists discovered the internal organs had been removed and replaced with herbs, a highly advanced preservation technique previously only known from Egypt. Now you might be wondering, how old is this mummy? The answer will blow your mind. Tashwinot dates back about 5,400 to 5,600 years, meaning it's more than 1,000 years older than the famous Egyptian mummies. This plot twist forced archaeologists and historians to reconsider the entire timeline of ancient mummification. But there's more. What's even more touching is that this child was only about 3 years old and was buried in the fetal position, a symbolic way of returning to the origin, to the cycle of life and death. Of course, that's not all. The Unearthed cave isn't just home to this mummy. The rock paintings also depict animals like elephants, giraffes, and even crocodiles. Creatures you definitely won't find in today's Sahara Desert. This reveals a completely different past, that the Sahara was once a fertile land with a rich ecosystem, where people lived very prosperously. This discovery raises a controversial hypothesis. Could the mummification techniques of the Unearthed people have been the precursor, or at least the inspiration, for the Egyptian mummification methods that followed? If true, then the history of Africa, and even human history as a whole, needs to be seriously reconsidered. You could say the Tashwinot mummy isn't just an archaeological find. It's a forgotten piece of human history that opens a door to a civilization buried deep beneath the sands of the Sahara for thousands of years. What do you think about this hypothesis? Were the Egyptians really the first to develop mummification? Or are there ancient civilizations yet to be discovered waiting to tell their stories? Drop your thoughts in the comments so we can discuss together. The Golden Tongue Mummy reveals the secrets of ancient Egypt. If you think the mysteries of ancient Egypt have all been uncovered, get ready to be surprised. In Quaisna, a cemetery located in Menouphia Governorate, about 56 miles north of Cairo, Egypt, archaeologists have just announced a stunning discovery: mummies with golden tongues. Yes, you heard that right. Gold plates placed in place of the tongue, revealing the deep beliefs of the ancients about death and rebirth. Over 3 months of excavation, Quaisna has become a massive treasure trove of secrets. Besides the golden tongue mummies, the site also contains a rich collection of artifacts. There are clay jars used in funeral rituals, golden scarab and lotus-shaped plaques symbolizing resurrection, and a variety of stone amulets placed beside the deceased, intended to protect them on their journey to the afterlife. This shows how much effort and faith ancient Egyptians invested in the life after death. Archaeologists also uncovered many stone jars dating from the late period of ancient Egypt through the Ptolemaic and Roman eras. This proves that Quaisna was not just an ordinary cemetery, but a place preserving the rich evolution of funerary rituals across many eras. It's fascinating how each layer of soil and every artifact here is like an open book telling thousands of years of history, isn't it? However, this discovery comes with some regrets. According to Ayman Ashmawi, head of the Egyptian Antiquities Department, the golden tongue mummies have been severely damaged over time. Nevertheless, the finding of gold sheets covering skeletons and wooden coffins carved in human shapes still amazes researchers. Even copper traces reveal coffin-making techniques, showcasing the skillful hands of artisans from thousands of years ago. Another remarkable detail is the unique architecture of the tombs in Quaisna. Instead of the usual solid stone, the ancients used mud bricks for construction. The tombs here typically feature a main hall, 3 arched burial chambers, and notably, a burial vault consisting of 2 adjoining rooms. This structure not only astonishes archaeologists, but also expands our understanding of the diversity in ancient Egyptian funerary architecture. Quesna truly is a living archive of the past. It is not merely a resting place for the dead, but also a vivid testament to cultural exchanges across many dynasties. From burial styles and tomb architecture to funeral rituals, everything reflects the continuous development of Egyptian civilization. What moves people most is realizing that every mummy and artifact found in Quesna is not just a cold relic, but carries a story of faith, of the desire for rebirth, and of a civilization that once shone brightly at the heart of humanity. And who knows, other secrets of Quesna may still be waiting to be revealed beneath the alluvial soil of the legendary Nile River. Do you share my perspective? A coffin leaking red liquid like blood in China, revealing the mystery of a powerful official from the Ming Dynasty. A family, while digging the foundation for their house, discovered a huge stone deep underground. At first, everyone thought it was just an ordinary rock, but when it was removed, the real form appeared. It was an ancient tomb. Ancient tombs aren't rare in China, but what sent chills down people's spines was the coffin inside the tomb, leaking a red liquid that looked just like fresh blood. The family immediately panicked and reported it to the local authorities. Archaeologists and law enforcement quickly arrived at the site. After a period of inspection and excavation, they confirmed the tomb dates back to the Ming Dynasty, more than 400 years ago. But what stunned researchers even more was the design on the coffin. Do you remember the 5-clawed dragon we explored in a previous video? In Chinese culture, the dragon symbolizes royal power. However, the 5-clawed dragon was reserved exclusively for the emperor. No one dared to use it without permission. Yet, this coffin was carved with a 5-clawed dragon, accompanied by a full set of the 4 divine creatures: dragon, killin, turtle, and phoenix, as well as a pair of phoenixes flying together, the ultimate symbol of royal authority. This raised a big question. Could this be the tomb of an emperor? It didn't stop there. When the coffin was opened, experts were shocked to find 2 skeletons inside, possibly a married couple, along with many valuable burial items like pearls and precious stones. However, because the red liquid had soaked in over a long time, much of the skeletons were damaged. The mystery gradually unraveled when a stone tablet was found inside the tomb, clearly naming the owner as Mao Jiaofeng, a high-ranking local official called Anfu Shi during the Ming Dynasty. Simply put, an Anfu Shi was a senior official in remote areas where the central government had little control. In these regions, the official was almost like a king, wielding absolute power over the local population. That's why Mao Jiaofeng boldly had the 5-clawed dragon carved on his coffin, knowing no one would check a tomb hidden deep in the wilderness. The treasures buried with him were likely gifts from the imperial court during his service. What about the red liquid that looked like blood? Many rumors said it was the deceased's blood leaking out, sparking superstitions about ghosts and the supernatural. But experts explained it was simply water seeping in and dissolving the red paint on the coffin, creating a dark red liquid resembling blood, completely free of any spiritual or supernatural elements. Still, the story of Mao Jiaofeng sends chills down one's spine. A powerful official who managed to crown himself deep in the forest, leaving behind a tomb that has puzzled and sparked debate for years. What do you think? Was Mao Jiaofeng's act brave, ambitious, or a direct challenge to imperial authority? As for me, I can't figure it out. It's just too mysterious and hard to understand. The ice mummy on the Alps summit and the deadly curse that claimed 7 lives. Do you believe that a mummy lying undisturbed for over 5,000 years in the ice could awaken a series of mysterious deaths in modern times? It sounds like fiction, but this is one of the most chilling and controversial archaeological cases in European history, centered around Ötzi the Iceman, a frozen mummy dated to around 5,300 years ago. The story began on September 19, 1991, when 2 German hikers accidentally discovered an ancient human body exposed in the ice on the Ötztal Alps, the border region between Austria and Italy. The body was so perfectly preserved that no one could believe it was a mummy that old. Soon the name Ötzi the Iceman was coined, marking the oldest European mummy ever found. Ötzi was not just skeletal remains. He carried a full set of weapons and survival tools, including a stone axe, an unfinished bow, a leather quiver, and a backpack frame made of pine and oak wood. From these items, archaeologists concluded that he lived during the transition period between the Stone Age and the Bronze Age, roughly 3,200 years before Christ. However, after more than 3 decades, many major questions remain unanswered. What was Ötzi doing on that icy mountain peak? Was it suicide, fleeing from enemies, or part of an ancient sacrificial ritual? No one knows for sure. Even his identity remains unclear. What is known is that Ötzi's death was not simple. He was likely murdered, as an arrowhead was found lodged in his shoulder. Of course, the story doesn't end there. A mysterious series of deaths began to occur among those connected to the Ötzi mummy, sending chills down the spines of researchers. Many believe Ötzi carried a deadly curse, punishing anyone who disturbed his millennia-long sleep. The first victim was Dr. Rainer Henn, a member of the research team. Just 1 year after the shocking discovery, he died in a mysterious car accident while on his way to a conference about Ötzi. Soon after, Kurt Fritz, the mountain guide who led the research team, was buried alive in an avalanche near the site of the mummy's discovery. Then came Rainer Holzel, the documentary filmmaker about Ötzi. Shortly after the film's release, he contracted a strange illness, suffering painfully for months before passing away. The list of victims continued with Helmut Simon, the man who found the mummy. He was swept away by an avalanche shortly after receiving a prestigious award. The story gets stranger. The person who found Helmut Simon's body suddenly died just hours after the funeral. In 2005, the top Ötzi expert, Konrad Spindler, also died under unclear circumstances. The last name on the list is Dr. Tom Loy, who analyzed blood samples on Ötzi's weapons and clothing. He died just before completing the book announcing his research results. In total, at least 7 people directly involved with Ötzi died under unusual circumstances, either accidents or mysterious illnesses. While scientists dismiss the idea of a curse, calling it a series of coincidences, many still believe Ötzi is more than just an ancient mummy. Beneath that ice may lie a restless spirit, or a secret quietly waiting to be uncovered. What about you? Do you believe this is coincidence or a warning from the past? For me, whatever the explanation, the story of Ötzi the Iceman remains one of the greatest mysteries in modern archaeology and will surely continue to fascinate humanity for centuries to come. A 1,500-year-old tomb containing luxurious jewelry with nearly 5,000 precious beads. In 2011, while preparing the site for a modern construction project in Datong City, Shanxi Province, China, once the prosperous capital of the northern Wei Dynasty, a group of archaeologists accidentally touched history by uncovering an ancient tomb buried deep underground. Inside was an exquisitely crafted treasure trove, belonging to a noblewoman named Farong. The name may sound unfamiliar, but wait until you see how Farong amazed the modern world. First, archaeologists confirmed the tomb dated back 1,500 years, right in the final golden age of the northern Wei Dynasty, a dynasty that ruled China for over a century before collapsing in 534 AD. The tomb's owner was identified as the wife of an official named Kui Zhen. According to an inscription on the tombstone, Han Farong, wife of official Kui Zhen. Interestingly, despite the passage of 15 centuries, Farong's skeleton remained neatly positioned inside the coffin, her head resting on a bright yellow pillow. Inside the pillow were 2 bricks engraved with a twisted rope pattern, a distinctive design reflecting Northern Wei cultural heritage. But that was just the beginning. As the excavation team dug deeper, they discovered not just 1, but 3 adjacent tombs, forming a rather complex burial complex. And from there, an overwhelming collection of finely crafted jewelry began to emerge. The first breathtaking find was a pair of gold earrings carved with human faces, possibly influenced by ancient Western or Central Asian cultures. The faces had curly hair, deep-set eyes, and high noses, wearing sequin-patterned necklaces around their necks with delicate lotus flowers beneath, an enchanting blend of legendary Eastern beauty and ancient cross-cultural influence. However, the moment that truly left everyone wide-eyed was the discovery of Farong's legendary necklace. Although the original string had decayed over time, more than 5,000 tiny beads remained perfectly intact, neatly aligned as if preserved by an invisible hand for 15 centuries. Upon restoration, experts were amazed. The necklace contained 10 gold beads, 9 thin gold plates, 2 crystal beads, 42 pearls, and 4,800 minuscule glass beads resembling millet seeds in black and blue, showcasing the pinnacle of craftsmanship of that era. Just imagine, it's chilling. A woman who lived 1,500 years ago adorned herself with jewelry that still astounds both archaeologists and modern jewelers today. Beyond its aesthetic value, the jewelry testifies to the luxury, power, and artistic sophistication achieved during the Northern Wei Dynasty. The significance of this discovery lies not just in the gold, gems, or the sheer number of beads, but in the fact that Farong lived at the heart of power, where every political decision of the dynasty was made. Datong was the capital of Northern Wei until 494 AD, and Farong's burial there suggests she was not simply the wife of an official. She belonged to the elite upper class and likely held an important role in the political and social life of her time. People often say, death is the final full stop, but for Farong, death opened a new journey, the journey into history. Through her finely crafted jewelry, every bead, every gold plate, Farong tells her story, not in words, but through the sparkling light of a once glorious civilization. If Farong, a name, a woman, a symbol of timeless beauty that even time itself cannot bury, doesn't move you, then I honestly don't know what will. As you can see, every ancient tomb, every artifact buried beneath the ground is like a door opening to the past, a place where people once lived, loved, fought, and left their mark on an entire era. From the tiny beads in Farong's tomb to the 5,300-year-old mummy resting on a cold mountain peak, all of these prove that history isn't just found in books. It's alive right beneath the seemingly lifeless layers of soil and stone. Archaeology isn't just a field of study. It's a journey backward through time, piecing together fragments and rebuilding stories long lost. And it's discoveries as mysterious and spectacular as these that have inspired countless people to become passionate, curious, and driven to keep searching for answers. Do you ever wonder if somewhere beneath your feet lies a hidden historical secret waiting to be uncovered? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you find this journey of discovery fascinating, don't forget to leave a like and hit subscribe so you won't miss the next exciting stories. For now, goodbye and see you next time.